Christina. I work with Dr. Hilton Becker, and I'm a practice manager and patient coordinator. So I manage the practice, and I also do the sales for the practice. I've been with him for a couple of years now, and our practice is 50% cosmetic, 50% reconstruction. So we have a great patient database. I'm a returning guest, so it's not my first time. I did bring another member of our team with me this year, so someone else could experience it. So it's my second time here. You know, my doctor came the first year, so I came with my doctor, and this is my second time. I brought someone else, and I said that this is something you really need to experience because our whole practice is focused on the YellowTelescope experience. So this is something that I need everyone to be on board with. And while I practice it, while John's been in our practice to explain the experience, while I've explained it, I really value the experience here so that we can get a little more in depth, and it's a little bit more educational. It's more patient and sales focused, but at the same time, everyone can pull something out of it regardless of their role. So I've been in sales, specifically cosmetic aesthetic sales, for over 12 years now. But what kind of drew me specifically to YellowTelescope was the ability to close larger sales on the initial consult. So setting people up with the expectation that when they visit, they're going to purchase that day. It was enticing the first time that I had the conversation with John about how the sales model would work. The numbers were very interesting, and now putting it into practice, I can say that, coming from a background where my average sale might have been, upwards of 8,000, I can say that it's grown by the thousands, and my closing ratio is upwards of 90% strong consistently. I think the seminar is valuable because if you can pick, 1 to 3 valuable things out of the seminar that you can bring home with you and institute and bring to your team, then it's of value. For me, it's a refresher regardless. I know that I can bring something valuable back to the practice. I know that I need to get back into that mindset. I exist in a box in my practice. I exist in a very small world where I see the same people every day, and to get outside of my practice and think about concepts of annual planning, to think about concepts of, possible, discounting, and just to talk to other people who are in the same, industry that I am and how they're running their practices and what they're doing. It's invaluable, and I like to get the feedback of other people. I like to hear industry trends. I like to stay, very relevant, and it's important to me to stay on target and to bring that back and to make sure that I can tell my doctor, this is what we should be doing, and I know that this is, where we should be taking the practice. He invests in taking, himself to seminars, multiple times a year, and I feel that we should be doing the same to make sure that, we're on point with our sales and our management.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's a lot of seminars out there.
Yes.
So, I guess why YellowTelescope over the other seminars?
Because it's been life-changing for the practice. I can say that I've taken this practice that it wasn't, it was performing, it was underperforming, it was existing. But we've grown by leaps and bounds. They were existing while, the doctor was seeing consultations. He was wasting his time, hours a week seeing patients that were not qualified, that were just calling and asking to come in and, book a consultation. And the closing ratio before I came into the practice was under 60%. So the amount of time the doctor was wasting, the amount of money that they were losing, the amount of resources that they were wasting just, on people that were not qualified. They were not weeding in the correct people.
The closing ratio before was 60%, and since come to the office and started working with YellowTelescope is
Consistently 90% or better. Prior to working with YellowTelescope at the office, our closing ratio was 60% or below, but now working with YellowTelescope, our closing ratio is 90% or better. My perception of value is the greatest use of my time, and I can say that, I chose to come here. My doctor invested, his resources, his time, my time, his money in the seminar, and he said I could choose whoever I wanted to come to the seminar, and, I signed myself up to come here. I could have chosen anyone in my practice to come here, and I think that everyone in my practice should be here, but I chose myself. I think the seminar is an invaluable resource. I think that no matter what, you're going to gain insight into management if you're a manager of your practice. I think you'll take home, something in how you can better manage your people, how you can understand their personalities, and how each person, should be best managed, and what they really need in sort of their environment to be better managed. I think if you're in sales, you're going to learn how to better handle objections, how to handle the objection cycle, and really the tools to be a better sales manager. And if you're, in any other capacity in your practice, there's something that you're going to take away, regardless.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to continue coming back. I plan to be here every year. Each year I take away something to better manage my practice, improve my closing percentage, improve my, how I manage my time, how I manage my doctor's time, how to be better, how to run my practice more efficiently. And when I'm doing that, I'm, improving the lives of everyone in my practice. And, that's what I aim to do.